Hi, today we're going to talk about informal letters. So, informal letters, we write informal letters to, informal letters include personal letters. So, personal letters, we write personal letters to friends, family, anyone whom we love, right? So, if we are writing a personal letter, the format that we use to write it is really flexible. So what we can do here is, with the format, that we can choose to just write the city name, say Gwalior. If you choose to write MP here, suppose Gwalior MP, you can leave a space and then you can write the date. Date, we know the format that our book follows is 16 December 2020, no commas, and then there is a line. Either you can write it this way, or you can also choose to write it like Gwalior, your city name, okay, and then the date 16 December 2020, okay, and then whoever you're writing, whoever your beloved one is, just leave one space and then write Dear Manjot, and then you want to say that I am glad to talk to you, or if you're replying, you can say that it was really, I was glad to read your letter, to receive your letter, your kind words, or this made me feel that I am doing well, how are you doing? Tell something about yourself and then ask something about themselves, if they are well, if everything is fine. You do not go straight to the point into the informal letter. Why? Because these are our personal letters. You do not straight talk to business to the personal people. So what do you do here is, first you're going to tell how are you, and then you're going to ask how they are, right? And then you can describe some of the things, some of the chit chat, okay, right? And then you can tell that why are you writing this letter, if it is an invitation, if anything, whatever you feel like here, right? And the language that we include here is very semi-formal, very informal. That's what should be said. And we can actually use contractions into the semi-formal letter, like we can use can't, haven't, don't. We do not use contractions into the formal letters. In the formal letters, we write these as cannot, have not, do not. We do not write contractions into the formal letters, while into the informal letters we can use contractions. Now we can use slangs into the informal letters. We cannot use slangs into the formal letters. So that's also an added benefit. Why? Because it is a language that you use with your friends. So now whoever you're writing, it depends on that. If you're writing to a friend, your words will depend upon that, right? If you're writing to your father, your words would be somewhere different, right? You cannot write a letter to the father exactly in the same way the way you would write to a friend, right? So in the different scenarios, it would be different, right? Some things would be appropriate in some scenarios, while in the other scenarios it might not be. So in those scenarios, the relationship status that you have to decide, right? And we end the formal letter with, you can end it with yours affectionately, lots of love, with love. I find with love really warm. With love, best wishes, right? With love, and do you write your name? And that's how we write the informal letter. Now in an informal letter, these are personal letters, right? So there are letters in which we seek some information from some of the authorities. It could be related to a place where you want to go, so you might want to ask the hotel manager something about the stay or anything, or maybe if you're looking for some tourism packages, you might want to talk to the manager of the tourism industry or things like that. If you're seeking some information, it's a kind of semi-formal, not exactly formal, not exactly informal, semi-formal. So in that scenario, if we can also use a flexible format, we can write the letter to them. Now in that scenarios or in any other scenario, what exactly is these are personal letters, so we could be very precise. It is okay, we do not have to write the address, we do not have to then write the date, and we do not have to then write the person whom we are sending's name and address. We can skip so many of the part. But what is the exact format if we talk about that? Suppose we're seeking some information in all those scenarios, what is the format that we're gonna follow? It's like this. So whoever the sender is, you write the sender's address. Now you write the sender's address, not the sender's name. Okay, you can write it on the right or you can write it on the left. Now CBSE says, according to the book, right, it says that it could go on the right, it could go on the left. So whatever you choose to do at that time, it's okay. Both the cases are correct, equally correct, so there is no debate that this is right or this is right. Both are correct. Okay, so they are flexible with wherever you can choose to write it. It may go on the right, it may go on the left, it is okay with them. Then you leave a space, one line, okay, and then you write the date. Now again, date can go on the right or on the left, the way you like it. If I'm gonna choose which way I'm gonna write, it will depend upon the mood, the day I'm writing the exam. So it's okay, because I know both are equally correct. Now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna write on the left, we're gonna write the name or designation of the receiver. I think I'm not sure about the spelling of receiver, E-I or I-E. It should be E-I, I think. Okay, I'll check. And okay, so whatever it is, the manager, or maybe if you know the name, you can put the name, and after that you put the address. Now in the informal letter, there is no need to put subject over there, right? So we would start directly as dear. If you do not know the person, then you simply write dear sir or madam, comma, and then you start. If you know the name, then you write dear Mr. last name. Okay, why? Because you're seeking information here, and if it is like some authority kind of, if you're writing to the manager, then it makes sense if you use salutation and the last name. It could be written to the landlord as well. So this kind of form is kind of semi-informal letter. You could send it to the landlord as well, like a person who's not your friend, who's not your boss, and kind of informal relationship. Is not your friend, is not your boss, so yeah, kind of that, something between that, right? So then in those scenarios we can actually use this. Now here comes straight to the point, like if you're writing for asking some information, so just start with that lead with that. So just write that I am writing this letter because I want to seek some information, or we want to stay here and we would like to know about the packages. Or you would want to say that you won't introduce yourself to your landlord, right? If in case you're writing to your landlord, so you want to just come straight to the point that for the past few days I have been very disturbed because of the because of the garbage issues or anything, whatever you want to describe. Just go straight to the point, describe everything, and then you write thank you, right, full stop, or if appropriate you write with regards. See, it depends upon the scenario what you're gonna use, and then you simply like write yours faithfully. If it is anonymous person, you do not know whom you're writing to, you use faithfully. If you know the person, you use what? Sincerely. Yours sincerely, and then you write your name. And that's all about informal letter format. So this is the format, that's what you're going to follow. If it's a personal letter, you can choose to write it the way we wrote it, that way. It's actually good to write it that way if it's a personal letter, but if not, then this is the format. If you think it is a kind of informal letter, not the formal one, you're seeking some information out of some company or organization, use this format. Okay, it would come under the informal letters and not the formal letters. So distinction is important, and it is important to actually know the difference, right? So accordingly, I think that's all for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you would really like the content regarding like this, related to the English language particularly, so you might like to subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.